Welcome. In international context, Zimbabwean rock art demonstrates extraordinary features which illustrate the development from ancient sand to late sand, even followed by early Bantu, within the period from 10,000 years ago until 1,500 years AD. Zimbabwean rock art differs in another important aspect. It shows grand compositions, not only tableau, but grand compositions. And two of those ones will present. One is Gulubahwe cave in Matopo North, and the other one is Dengeni cave in Masvingo. We are graced with the presence of an international expert in anthropology, Professor Karsten Paerregaard, with whom we'll go through the cave paintings on site.
Please allow me to introduce Dr. Joern Stoevring, who has a vast experience in documenting, exploring cave paintings and rock art in Zimbabwe, and who would now answer some of my questions. What triggered your interest in Zimbabwean rock paintings?
There's one major reason. In the history teaching in Zimbabwe, as well as most other Southern African countries, the history in schools start with the early Bantu. All respect to them, but they are 10,000 years before. My book provides the opportunity, also through this cave, to eliminate the fantastic history before the early Bantu and how the early Bantu and the late sand cooperate.
Can you point out some of the main, let's say the three main features of Zimbabwean rock paintings?
First and foremost, which put the Zimbabwean rock paintings apart from, for example, South Africa's, is the layers. We can see it even in Dengeni, where it's obvious for the eye to see an older dark blue structure behind and a red one in front. In several other caves, there are no less than 5 layers. This is a thing that puts Zimbabwean rock art apart, because through methods one can illuminate the changes from the ancient sand to the late sand.
Can you introduce us to this particular cave painting, which is amazing and overwhelming? I think needs a little help in order to understand what is it.
If you look at the structure of this painting, it's framed by an white line, which is again fortified later on by a red line. Under this, animals are walking to the right, and behind the red animals are blue men running. So the main structure of this was to represent a cosmology. It's one of the intact, great expressions of a cosmology in sand art, which is combined with the entrance into the realm of the spirits, because the upper line represents the border of the universe, and this is transgressed in regard to now a very vaguely seen superhuman being, where they crawl up to the right to reach his arm in the forward position as in trance, the sticks, and the walk out from his foot on legs. And the other element which transgress normal understanding of the spiritual realm is the same equal processes can be seen for what we today call animals. The animals up there has a ring of white around the head, and they're jumping the line to get to the other side. What we are witnessing is a spiritual concept not limited to the humans.
Dr. Stoevring, can you introduce us to this particular rock art we are facing right here?
We are actually at the World Heritage Site, Gulubahwe Cave. It is an almost inaccessible road close to Matopos in Zimbabwe. But as you can see, the grand composition is composed of different elements. We have the snake with the antelope head, people walking on top of the snake, a layer of human figures below, an antelope and giraffe to the right, and a special types of beings to the left, consisting of a small head, a long human body, and arms that stretch. One will find this type of human in a Nanka cave, the famous Nanka cave, and other parts of Matopos, and I interpret them as intermediate or shaman-like figures that mediate between the humans and the spirits. The very snake with the antelope head could provide a picture of the globe, the soil they stand on, with humans below too, which is trying to connect to this higher level. So we have a massive amount of humans, some of them with elongated bodies, which normally also reflect the early stages of the connection from humans to a higher level. And to the right we see the giraffe, which is the common animal in Matopos for reflecting the spirit animal. So this encapsulates relationships between humans, animals, spirit animals in a cosmology which is consistent and is extraordinary both in Zimbabwean context and international context.
Incredibly, we can all see here that there have been somebody recently painting graffiti on top of rock paintings, and that of course hurts anybody interested in this kind of beautiful art. How can your book contribute to a better preservation of rock art in Zimbabwe?
Thank you. The fact is that this book has taken 6 years to write, and through this course we have seen the deterioration of the paintings. They lasted for 10,000 years and they are being destroyed by graffiti and also by fire in front. So this book has been made and approved by the Ministry Primary and Secondary Education to be used in schools so that the youth can take ownership of these caves, which is lying in most beautiful parts of Zimbabwe. Learn how to respect and take ownership of their own heritage, regulated through the ministry so they can also be trained as guides and they can earn an income from the tourism. But primarily, the questions after each section is to be used in schools so they can put questions, for example, to this cave and question the presentation I just got, and this way discuss and take ownership of it.